He's Bill Ryder, and he's Ryder than you.
The program Ryder than you, sometimes.
He's a fan.
I love sports so much.
He's in your face.
I will destroy those obnoxiously arrogant, clueless, tone-deaf superstars who are marginal players, good players, who made careers, who think they're Hall of Famers.
He's nice.
I promise, we're nice here.
He's humble.
I think I'm pretty good if you're on the show about admitting if I got it wrong.
Live from Los Angeles, here's Bill Ryder.
Hello. Happy Friday. My name is Bill Ryder, and I'm a sellout. I'm wearing a Dodgers jersey. All right, here's the thing. Two things. Let's get the final button going, all right, on my sellout attire. One, got to do some laundry. So there's not a lot of clean stuff. It's guy troubles. Two, after years and years and years of giving Stuart Kovacs hell and grief for being a bandwagon fan, I really have. He's a Lakers fan Yankees fan, Raiders fan, Notre Dame fan. There's the whole span of the country. I have found myself lifelong Cubs fan, still a Cubs fan. I like the Dodgers. I've lived in LA since 2013. I was gone for 2 years in New York. I raised my kids here. They're Los Angelinos. Stu, I'm not going to apologize per se, but I'm owning. This also has my last name on it, so you can see back there.
Oh wow, you're interesting. Oh,
so when I worked at, I don't even know what number it is. When I worked at AM 570,
66. Yeah.
I had to wear this when I went to events at Dodger Stadium. I had to do shows from there.
I see.
Can I wear this out in public? My wife says no. My wife says yes. Everyone else says no.
I don't mind. I know some people don't like the names on the back of jerseys after you're a certain age. I don't mind that. I'm not someone that would wear my own name, so I would say probably not.
I won't wear any name.
I know.
Except for Messi's.
Messi is the only one, right? Yeah.
The only exception. But Messi, Ryder, I mean, there are some similarities.
A lot of similarities.
There's some crossover.
Yeah.
Dude, you said this yesterday to me. The Vikings. They're not the Vikings. Now I'm you. Now I'm just going from team to team. The Dodgers are a vibe, man.
They are a vibe.
They're a vibe.
Even if you hate them, just they're in LA, the stadium, the classic stadium. Like even when they weren't good,
ballpark's beautiful,
15,
dude.
20 years ago, they were still the Dodgers, right? They aren't some like the Angels. The Angels don't really have a vibe, right? Like they're pockets when the Angels are good, but the Dodgers, it doesn't matter how good or how bad they are, they're vibing. Obviously, right now they're on top of the world. They are probably the best team in American professional sports.
They are
the past 3 or 4 years.
I think they are
the team. They're the team, right? Like so. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame
Dodgers jersey.
It's a great uniform.
It's a nukes. It's a great. It looks cool,
top
doesn't
5
it?
baseball uniform. It's
how
a great
cool
uniform.
Does it look?
It's awesome. It's so simple, but it's so good.
Happy Friday. Bum of the week at the end of the show.
Ooh.
We're gonna do something a little. Oh yeah, you're here. If you want to try to, push Tom,
defend myself again, and maybe get Tom for something this time around.
If you can. I want to do something a little different. It's a little early. The NBA playoffs begin in basically 2 weeks. Obviously, the playing games have to happen. I want to do, Stu, if you're up for this, I know we discussed this yesterday. Let's do an early NBA preview playoff prediction thing. And I thought maybe we could start in the East and go through it a little bit. And then we can do a fake break, come back. I'll still be a sellout in a Dodgers jersey, and then we'll do the Western Conference. So, all right, here's the state of the East for me. It feels, I don't know if it's wide open, but I think there are 4 legitimate teams that can absolutely come out of the East. Not in any order: Detroit, Boston, the Knicks, and the Cavs. I don't buy the Hawks. I don't buy the Sixers. The Sixers and the Raptors are battling for that final 6 spot. So, do you want to make the case? Because I know they'll make the case that the Miami Heat are going to flip that switch to playoff mode again and be any kind of a 10 seed challenger when they inevitably are the final. They're probably going to be the final play-in team. I guess technically they could get all the way up to 8 maybe. Do you have any interest in talking about any of these teams? Toronto, the Sixers, the Hornets, the Magic, or the Heat as actual contenders?
So the short answer is no, but I will say the Hornets to me are one of those like intriguing teams in terms of I don't think they're going to make a run. I'm not saying they're going to make it out of the East. They're more of a team that I think can give a team like the Pistons or a team like the Knicks maybe a little trouble in the first round. Maybe they push them to like 6 or 7 games, maybe pushes them to a full series, only because like they're fun, they're fast, they shoot a lot of threes.
They're fearless.
Concanople's been amazing this year as a rookie. LaMelo Ball, for as much as you might like him or don't like him, I think he is a player that can get hot. Brandon Miller, they just have some guys that if they get hot on the right night, shoot a bunch of threes. They just beat the Knicks last week. Like, they're a team that I think can push one of those top teams that you mentioned, I think, deep in a series. But look, do I think they're going to win a series? Probably not. Are they going to make a run? Probably not. But they're of those teams, the Raptors, Hornets, Magic, and Heat, throw the Sixers in there too. I think they're the most intriguing to me.
Can I make a case for Charlotte for you on your behalf?
Okay, I like it.
I don't really buy what I'm about to say because the two variables you just gave us, youth and sort of shooting, those things can be fleeting in the playoffs, right? And there's a lack of consistency there. Young guys tend to need more time to be playoff winners, to win multiple series, to be a real sort of Cinderella dark horse. And if you rely on shooting a little too much, it can be problematic. Since February 1st, they are, you ready for this? They are 8th in wins. They are 3rd in offensive rating. They are 6th in defensive rating. They are a championship. They are 2nd in net rating. If you go February 1st and later of this year, which is, generally kind of when teams sort of figure out who they are and things start to they are basically the Pacers. They are a better version of the Pacers from last year when the Pacers got really hot. And the Pacers got hot more, I think, mid-January. And remember, made that run all the way to the finals. And then lost because of injuries. I'm not selling Charlotte, but I'm just saying to you, and I bring this up all the time, top 10 offense, top 10 defense, critical, historically significant. They are one of the best teams in basketball since February 1st, dude.
It is crazy, right? And it's a team that kind of came out of nowhere, a team that, they weren't lucky enough to land Cooper Flag, but
right,
as good as Cooper Flag is and is going to be, Concanople's probably, as of right now, that kind of second place prize. He's probably going to Rookie of the Year. He's someone that has shown that his game can translate from the college game to the NBA with a lot of 3-point shooting and a lot of scoring. Yeah, they're just they intrigue me, at least. I will say they're they have been playing on this like court that is like, how they have the courts for the NBA Cup, the different colored cups.
I like them.
The Hornets have one too, and it is like this bright like blue and yellow. It is just, it's kind of an eyesore, but it's also kind of like it kind of fits this team, like how like random they are with like some of these like interesting players that are thrown together.
Here's what I think we should do. I'm just, hold on. Are you ready for a little
live programming alert?
Sure. We are going to pick our top 3 teams in each conference in order, right?
Okay.
So like if you had to pick 3 teams, and we're going to pick our dark horse. And I think Charlotte's a dark horse for both of us, right?
Yeah, I would agree. Yep.
Dude, the numbers are so the sort of, I think net rating is a little misleading. I actually like, because you can have a top 10 net rating, you can have the 3rd net rating over the course of, a certain amount of time. That's not true. You can have a top, say this, be 7th in net rating, have 3 offense, 15 defense, and I think that is a problem. I think you have to just be top 10 in offense and defense, and it shows. I use those to gamble, like when I used to bet on sports a lot, when I used to bet on NBA, I don't do it as much. Charlotte ticks all the boxes of a sleeper team to bet on.
They do.
And so if they get, the thing is, they're going to be in the play-in. So you'd have to basically, you'd play the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem that we have here, is that the first round matchup, assuming they get out of the play-in, is not going to treat them very well, I don't think. Yeah. That's my one thing with them. It's just all these teams in that bottom 7 to 10 play-in are going to probably have to play the Pistons or the Celtics.
Who do you want as if you're going to take one team from the East, who is the team that you're taking?
I'm taking the Celtics.
Me too.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
They're amazing.
My answer 2 weeks ago probably would have been different. It probably would have been the Knicks, but I don't like how the Knicks have played the last couple weeks. They've had a 7-game winning streak in there where all 7 teams they've played were under 500. And a lot of those games were close games. It's not like they blew them all out. And then they've played some good teams of late. I mentioned the Hornets they've lost to. They lost to the Thunder on Sunday. They got blown out by the Rockets this week. Like, it's just not trending in the direction at this time where, again, we're talking about the Hornets, how they're trending up. The Knicks are trending down. And I don't know. It's one of those things where I just don't think I like the vibes. There's something is missing. Brunson's a great player. Cat's a really good player.
I think Cat's he's a Kirk Cousins, man.
He's a flawed great player, or a flawed very good player. Flawed very good player is probably how it should be worded. I don't know. And the Celtics, they got Tatum back. They got Tatum at the right time. He's playing well. Jaylen Brown's been unbelievable.
Jaylen Brown went into a Tatum-free cocoon and came out a butterfly, like a beautiful butterfly. This is going to be so. If you like many years, we actually talked about this on the pod yesterday a little bit. The Lob City Clippers teams that didn't make it work. But what people forget is there was a stretch where Chris Paul got injured. When Chris Paul was one of the best players in the world, when Chris Paul, I think, was a top 3 or 4 MVP finalist, and he went down for a part of one of those seasons for a while. And Blake Griffin had to basically shoulder a lot more responsibility. And when Chris came back, Blake was markedly better, and he maintained that level. Sometimes when you're the Robin and Batman vanishes from the scene, you become a superhero on your own. And when Batman comes back, there's 2 Batmans. That was such a tortured way of saying. I think that Jaylen Brown is going to be a different level player than even in past seasons. They're going to have 2 MVP level guys on this team now. And to your point about it being Boston, I'll just go back to the stats. Dude, they are 2nd in offensive rating for the season. They are 4th in offensive or defensive rating. Like, I really like Detroit, and the fortitude the Pistons have shown without Cade Cunningham, and the ability to keep winning when that guy was down with the injury. It's really impressive. Boston's done the exact same thing. And I think Jaylen Brown has emerged as the most important player on that team. And I think it's going to take off so much pressure from Jason Tatum. Because one thing about Tatum is, even in their successful run, he can go really cold shooting from 3. I think he presses. I think the team was so good it didn't matter when they won that championship. I think Jaylen Brown being this version of himself takes so much pressure off Tatum. I love the Celtics. I'm going to go Celtics 1.
Yeah.
Pistons 2, I think. Ugh. And maybe the Knicks 3?
Sure. Yeah. And to your point on the Celtics, the other night they played the Heat. They won 147 to 129. And you mentioned the Brown and Tatum combo. You know, Jaylen Brown scoring 43 on 17 of 19, while Tatum is the guy who scores 25, but adds 18 rebounds and 11 assists. You're right. Like, it's kind of flipped. Like, if this would have been a year ago, it would have been Tatum scoring the 43 points on 29 shots. And it would have been Jaylen Brown being the guy who fills up the box score while still scoring in the 20s.
Yep.
I guess maybe the one thing, you got like a guy like Peyton Pritchard, who's a very good bench player. Maybe they lack, because they were so deep in years past when they had Horford and Porzingis and Drew Holiday.
That team was so good, man.
Maybe they are just one guy short. Maybe that would be like the.
I think the margins are closer. Yeah. So the Pistons have the 2nd best defense in the NBA. They're almost as good defensively as the Thunder, and as good as the Thunder are for all the reasons. It's the Thunder's defense that makes them almost unbeatable. I mean, they're the best defense in the NBA. I think it would be really cool. It wouldn't be good for the NBA or the ratings, but for the Thunder to play the Pistons in the finals would be the final death knell of the stupidity of non-NBA fans who are, no one plays defense in the NBA. A, there's a 50% chance you're a racist if you're saying that. And B, like, it's just not true. It's just not true. I mean,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
You literally, and I always bring this up, the Warriors' 4 titles, they were amazing defensively in every one of those runs. And in 2 of them, they had a top 3 defense. You have to be great defensively. So, okay, I think we're going. Well, yeah. I'm gonna go Boston 1, Detroit 2, the Knicks 3. We'll do a pretender as well. Cleveland's a pretender.
Yeah.
Even with Harden. And Charlotte's my dark horse.
I know I just talked down the Knicks. I'm going to put the Knicks ahead of the Pistons only because of the question mark with Cade. If they had a healthy Cade, it would be a no-brainer for me putting the Knicks third, maybe even fourth. I don't know. But I don't know. I think come playoff time, it might look a little different than it's looked in the last, 7, 8, 10 games.
Is that why? Are you pulling a Bill Ryder? I'm a Dodgers fan now, and you're a Knicks fan now. Did you become a Knicks fan, Stu?
Not a Knicks fan. I do pay attention to them a lot more now.
You're a little bit of a Knicks fan, aren't you?
No, I don't dislike the Knicks. The fans are a little annoying, but I don't have a problem with the Knicks. I just don't like how they've played. But I'm gonna go Celtics, Knicks, Pistons 1-3, and I'll put the Cavs in that 4th spot. I guess a pretender, if you will. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hornets. It's funny because if you look at these 7 through 10 teams, I know we're going back to that. Before the season, I was really high on the Magic.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
It didn't come together. And they've had injuries too, but
and again, offensively, they just don't score enough points.
I think I was expecting Banchero to maybe
make another
little more of jump.
Make more of a leap.
But so that's a team I thought could have maybe finished 4th or 5th in the East this year, especially when I didn't think the Celtics were gonna. I thought the Celtics would be in the play-in, or at least close to the play-in at the start of the season. That's really the biggest surprise to me. Is that
should the Knicks tank?
Okay.
To avoid Boston in the second round. Right now, it's going to be. Right now, the second round is Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics Knicks. Yeah,
you can't do that. It's a competitive mind bleeper to yours. Okay, so we're gonna go. You're gonna go Boston over the Knicks in the second round. And I am too.
Yeah,
in 6. I'm gonna go 6.
I think go 7.
Oh, you're a Knicks fan. All right. You see what I did there? I'm a little joke, Stewie. All right, let's do this. We are going to take a fake break. We're going to come right back. Pure magic. We'll see you in a second.
You're listening to the Writer Than You podcast.
That's it. That's all you know what? I feel like I didn't do, you know what? Let's I've got a bunch of stews. Oh, here's the one.
You're listening to Writer Than You.
What is your favorite non-NFL city in America?
Oklahoma City seems like a cool city.
Have you been there?
I've not, no.
It's Writer Than You with Bill Ryder.
It's the greatest hint from the radio show. I brought that up because we're now going to the Western Conference, and Oklahoma City, your favorite non-NFL city but you've never been there.
That's right.
Still never been there, right?
Still never been there. I've flown over, but I've never been there.
So did you look down and see the arena?
I'm sure it was there. I don't know if I actually saw the arena, but
how do you know you flew over it?
Like when you fly on these planes, they have like the tracker on the.
You weren't looking at the tracker.
I always have the tracker on.
Do you?
I'm not staring at it for 6 hours, but I have it on.
You're following the tracker. Okay.
I usually have my iPad. I'm watching something, and then I have the tracker, so I have like the 2 screens.
Dude, I have a TV show for you. I have a great new TV show. It's one of the best.
Angie and I have 3 episodes left in Friday Night Lights, so we will probably finish that tonight.
It's him. Oh my god, dude! I
really
cry. I cry when I watch that.
It's a good show. I'm gonna miss it.
Did you get through the murder thing where they just pretend it didn't happen? If I remember,
went away. This guy, yeah, exactly. Not to spoil it, but it has been like 20 years. This guy just murders this. I guess kind of accidentally, but not. And they try to sweep it under the rug. And his dad's a cop, and he's in trouble, and then he's not. It's like
It's just because they're like, oh,
never mentioned again. He gets written off like a season later. Like
they were gonna get canceled by NBC, so they tried to sexy it up, and then they did get canceled, and they got picked up by someone else, and the someone else goes, just do the show the right way. Oh, okay, sorry, just kidding on the murder thing.
Just kidding, never happened.
Michael B. Jordan is in that show, and he's in The Wire. 2 of I think the 5 to 7 best shows of all time. He's in 2 of them. That dude is so good. Okay, that was a great little moment. I'm gonna give you a little applause for. I'm glad you're watching that. I'm gonna give you a show though, Invincible. It's a cartoon superhero show, but get through the first episode. It's so dark, dude. It's so dark.
Is it like Marvel or is it just? Not?
No, it's a take on. Basically, it steals all the Marvel character, right? So there's like a.
Okay.
But then you're like, oh, okay, this is a really. So basically, Omni-Man is Superman, right? And the start of the show, Omni-Man has a son, and the son doesn't have powers, and he gets picked on in high school, and then he gets his powers. And like, oh, this is cool. He's going to be a superhero. And then the last 5 minutes of the first episode are some of the craziest, darkest, what the bleep am I watching moments of I mean, I didn't know what was coming, so I guess I ruined it. I was like, I'm like watching it. I was like half watching, like, oh, that's interesting. And then it just took a whole other turn. It's really good.
Okay.
It's amazing. Like the Thunder. Okay, this is gonna be hard. We're gonna pick 3 contenders.
This is
We're
hard.
gonna pick at least one poser, one faker, one liar, one chameleon, and we're gonna pick a dark horse, I guess. And I think this is a pretty tricky.
It is. This is hard.
The Thunder are dominant. The Spurs keep winning, as you noted on the pod yesterday, are 4-1 against Oklahoma City. I'm going to make a case for the Lakers in a second.
Ooh.
The Nuggets are amazing offensively. Same old story. By the way, there are 2 exceptions to the top 10 offense and defensive rating this century. One is there's 3 exceptions. I'm sorry. One is the Pistons, but they were out of the top 10 in offense. So the 2 teams that have been outside the top 10 in defense this century who have won an NBA championship are the 3rd team that repeated in 2000 or 2001 Lakers, the 3-peat. They were a top 2 defense the year before. Shaq just stopped trying in the regular season, right? So it's an exception of excellence. The other exception is the Denver Nuggets when they won, or I don't remember.
And that Laker team also beat the Nets. So I think that also has to be put into the right. Like, it's not like there was some dominant force in the East that was good. Like they beat the Nets. So
I mean, they still got there, right? They still got, but they just flipped the switch. And the others is the Denver Nuggets. So their lack of balance. Jokic is so good it almost doesn't matter. You've got a Rockets team that's super talented and a little underachieving. Minnesota's really interesting. I mean, let's start what we did yesterday.
Yeah.
And we know Steph's coming back this weekend, we think. Are you, in a couple days, Sunday, are you interested in any way in making a case or a compelling case, or you're interested in, or sleeper for the Suns, the Clippers, the Trailblazers, or the Golden State Warriors?
Not really. This feels more, the East feels open. This feels very top heavy, to where I don't think any of the 4 playing teams are going to, and those are locked in, right? Like they're
a lock.
There's no one that's jumping 100%. Up. There's no one that's coming down. It's these 4 teams. I don't like any of these teams. I'm being honest. I guess I'll say Steph. I'll say the Warriors if I had to pick one, only because it's like Steph Curry coming back, maybe. But no one else here intrigues me at all. I can't get on board with any of these other teams.
Yeah, I'm looking at them here. I'm trying to talk myself into a few of them. Like, I want to talk myself into the Warriors and look at their stats.
It's hard. It's a very hard thing to do.
I said this yesterday. I don't want it to be true, but I think it's correct. And I said this yesterday. Steph Curry is not washed. The Warriors are washed. And I don't think we talk about this enough. It goes back to when Draymond punched his teammate in the face. Jordan Poole in the face. Like, I don't think he's gotten the grief he deserves. Do you? Just for like that stupidity.
It's something that's kind of been forgotten, honestly, that probably shouldn't have been. Yeah. Yeah.
The other 6 teams, the 6 teams that are basically in the mix are all really good. If you were to take Houston or Minnesota and put them in the Eastern Conference, where would they be in your rankings? I think they'd be in the top 3.
Yeah.
In both cases, I think.
I think Houston and Minnesota. I have the Celtics 1, the Knicks 2. I could make the case for the Rockets or Timberwolves over the Knicks.
1,000%. All right, so listen. All right, listen to this. I'm going to give you some. You ready for me to get in some really annoying numbers? Okay. 4 teams are in the top 10 in offensive and defensive rating in the West, and the other 2 teams have exceptions to that I think make them formidable. The Thunder have the 8th best offense in the NBA. Good. They have the best defense in the NBA, and we know that they're amazing. The Spurs are 4 in offense and 3 in defense. And if you're top 4 or top 3 in both, the likelihood of you being an NBA champion just based on the historical data is, I think it's 10 times the number. The Rockets are 10th in offense, and they're 6th in defense. There are a lot of years. That is a very similar level of numbers to what the Raptors were when they made that run. And Minnesota is not quite there. They're 12th in offense. They're 5th in defense. The two teams that aren't in there are the Lakers and the Nuggets. The Nuggets they're both bad defensively. They're 20th and 21st defensively this year. Okay. Denver is literally one of the historical exceptions to not being in the top 10 as a defense and still winning a championship. Let me give you some lies, damn lies, and statistics. You ready? I love that from Mark Twain. Since February 3rd, when the Lakers started to figure things out, they have the second best record in the NBA, behind just the Spurs and ahead of the Thunder. They're 21-7. They are 5th in offense, which isn't surprising. They're a good offense. They are 10th in defense.
That's surprising. Yeah.
They have flipped the switch defensively, and that is a 28-game sample size, 29-game sample size. And so this is where I need to sort of do more research. But last year, I was very high on the Pacers on the podcast that I used to do with John Gonzalez, your guy, John Gonzalez. And then they obviously made a really good run. But some of that was because I was just looking at the data, and I was watching Pacers games because I liked Halliburton, and I started to 10 games they're 7 in defense, 13 games they're 8 in defense. Their numbers over the year did not track with their numbers over the sort of end stretch. That applies to the Lakers the same way it applies to Charlotte. I think all 6 of these teams are good enough to make the NBA Finals. That's how deep I think. If you told me, I guess the team that would be the most surprising would be Minnesota, maybe. But they've been in the conference finals. They've beaten Denver.
Yeah.
Houston has Kevin Durant. I'm going to go Oklahoma City 1, Spurs 2.
It's so hard. It's impossible.
I'm going to go Lakers 3, dude.
Okay.
And am I allowed to is Houston even a dark horse?
I think. So here's my thing. I think the Thunder and Spurs have earned the right to be the favorites. And I think 3-6. As good as these 4 teams are, 3 through 6, the Lakers, Nuggets, Rockets, and Wolves, I still think it'd be kind of a surprise if one of those teams made the finals. So I think it's a dark horse. Yeah. I mean, if you told me the Timberwolves made the finals, I would be a little surprised. It's not to say they're not a good team.
Yeah.
Like we just said, if they were in the East, it would be a different story. Same with the Rockets, same with the Nuggets, same with the Lakers. But I think dark horse is fair to say the Rockets are a dark horse or the Nuggets are a dark horse.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
The Charlotte Hornets, by the way, are 6th in net rating this year. I know we're doing the West.
I know,
but I'm still,
it's amazing.
All right, net rating. You ready?
Sure.
In the Western Conference. So net rating is basically, those of you listening, is how many points you score or outscored per 100 possessions. It's basically offensive rating, defensive rating adjusted for each other. It's how dominant you are, adjusted per possession, so that if you slow the game down or you speed the game up, it doesn't skew the data. Okay, people know that. I just wanted the Thunder are 1 in net rating. I think this is an overstated stat, but I think it's really instructive of just dominance. Thunder are 1, Spurs are 2. Charlotte 6. They're not in the West. Thunder are 1, Spurs are 2, Denver is 7, Houston is 8, Minnesota is 10. The Lakers are all the way down at 14, but again, if you adjust to go back to February 1st or February 3rd, they're top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, this entire conference is freaking loaded, man.
Yeah.
I hope the Thunder lose, by the way. And only because, and my brother Bobby was born there, and I've lived there, and it's your favorite non-NFL city.
It is my favorite non-NFL city.
You once maybe saw it on an iPad. I don't really believe you. So you half been over it, you think?
Maybe.
I just because I think for interest level, I don't think you want back-to-back Thunders champions, and I think the NBA is not in a good spot. They need a riveting playoffs. And they had it last. They had it last into the finals until injuries took the Pacers' chances away. The Thunder losing in 7 games to the Spurs in a conference finals would be such a setting the tone moment for the battles. It goes from being the Thunder, the dominant force, to holy God, we're going to get to watch Wemby and Shea battle for the next 7 years. We're going to get to watch the Thunder and the Spurs battle nonstop. And if Houston can push somebody to 6 or 7 games, if Minnesota can push somebody to 6 or 7 games. If the Lakers can upset somebody and maybe surprise us, I think it'd be really good for the sport. That's what I'm hoping for.
I do too. If I'm gonna give my 1 to 3,
yeah, give me your 1 to 3.
I'm gonna go Spurs 1, and I'm gonna go Spurs 1.
I love it. Are you?
I think it's a 1A 1B situation with them and the Thunder. And we talk about matchups in the playoffs, and I know a lot of these games that they played were in the first half of the season. In one of those 5 games, the Thunder they were pretty banged up, but I just can't get past that. And I just think when you talk about matchups in the playoffs, that matters a lot. So I just think you get Wemby, and he's such a freak, and they match up well against the Thunder as they've shown, and they've played well of late. I'm going to go with the Spurs 1.
Okay. Counterintuitively.
Yeah, sure.
If the Spurs were not the 2 seed, the likely 2 seed, I would be more inclined to agree with you, because I think if the Spurs got the Thunder early, they can beat them.
But it's going to be in the conference finals. So
if it's right, you're going to have a Thunder team that is so much more relaxed than they would be, I think, because they're going to be in this momentum place. And the Spurs have to get there. Yeah. You put the Spurs against the Thunder in an early round, I think I'm with you. I might take San Antonio. Are the Spurs going to get past the Lakers? Maybe. Are they going? I mean, the good thing about being the 2 seed is you get to play one of the play-in teams, right? You avoid Minnesota and Houston, who I do think are dark horse. It's the old expression. I think Houston, and it's the old expression. It's my expression. I don't know why I said the old expression. I like to say this. Houston and Minnesota, they can beat anybody in a 7-game series, but they can't beat everybody. I could see, I won't pick it, but I could see Minnesota or Houston beating the Thunder or the Spurs. I cannot see them beating. They could have one miraculous series where they play the very best that they can and they win in 7. Yeah. But the Rockets and the Timberwolves cannot win 4 series. The Spurs can win 4 series. The Thunder can win 4 series. The Lakers can win 4, maybe 4. Denver's tricky. So when the Thunder in the second round are playing the Nuggets, I like the Thunder. When the Spurs are playing the Lakers, I think that's close, dude. The way the Lakers are playing right now.
I think it's close. I still have a little trouble trusting this Lakers team come to the playoffs. I
get it.
I think they could lose to Denver in the first round if that is the matchup that you go against Jokic. I think right now I'd go Spurs, Thunder, Nuggets as my 1 to 3, and I think the Lakers are just below that.
The Lakers, if they play the Timberwolves or they play the Rockets, are you worried about either of those teams? If you're the Lakers,
a long series. I think it's a series that goes at least 6. I think it's close. I don't think the Lakers are gonna blow by either of those 2 teams. I think they beat both of those teams, but it's close. I wouldn't be stunned if the Rockets beat the Lakers.
I wouldn't either. And we haven't talked about this a lot, and maybe we'll get into it when we get to the playoffs. I don't think we do nuance very well. I say this all the time. And now we have a world where everybody's feelings are hurt, and you're accused of being a hot take artist or whatever. I think Kevin Durant's amazing. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a top 15 player of all time. That's not an insult. If you sort of look at the expansion of that list, just because of the guys that have played in the last 10 or 15 years, it's hard to get in that list. Like, it's easy to say a guy's a top 10 player. Do the list. And then look at all the names you have to leave out. I also have said and think that he is the old expression, Stu, my expression. I think Durant's the greatest Pippen of all time. I think he's the greatest number 2 of all time. I know those of you that are yelling at me that Durant has 2 finals MVPs. He's never won without going to Steph Curry's creation, without going to the Warriors, without going to that juggernaut. If he doesn't win with his Rockets team, he's never going to win as the best player on a team where he's the reason that they win. He's the game changer. And the thing is, I am skeptical, but I was skeptical of John Elway. And then John Elway got it done at the end of his career. I was skeptical that Tom Brady was ever going to win another championship after another Super Bowl after that loss to the Giants. I wrote a stupid column about it. He won a bunch more. Greatness sometimes asserts itself later in careers in ways that are defining forever. We should be talking more about the fact that if Kevin Durant is a top 3 player of all time, like he thinks he is, if Kevin Durant doesn't get the love and credit he deserves, like he thinks he doesn't, be healthy, be right, carry the Houston Rockets to an NBA championship. That's a really good basketball team.
Yeah, it is. They're another one that's just like, again, like we mentioned, if they were in the East, they are just, when you have a guy as good as Durant, Sengun is a really nice player. I know the big man is kind of, it's different than it used to be, but he's kind of fit the part really well. Amen Thompson is a guy who's a nice two-way player. Reed Shepherd is a guy that any night he can make 4 or 5 threes and drop 20 points on you. Like, they do have the makings of a team, and the coach too. Udoka is someone who
Ime Udoka is a great coach.
Is a really good coach, which I think does matter too in this when we're talking about playoff time. So I kind of like the Rockets too, but it's just, like you said, the West is just so loaded. It's hard to really pick them as a team that can come out of the West. That's what's so frustrating about it.
I don't think they're going to, but I will say this: in the playoffs, you have to be able to go and get buckets. Defenses really tighten up, and there's pressure. Guys are obviously, everyone's locked in every single moment, every single play. If you have a star who can go get buckets, who can just go, and that's why, like, Minnesota made that run that year. They did it. And Anthony Edwards just went out there and got buckets. Double team didn't matter. Created his own space, created his own shot, relieved some of the pressure, created some scoring out. No one's better at that on earth than Kevin Durant. Now, you have to do it under pressure. That's a different thing. And so I think Houston is built for the playoffs if you believe in Durant. I don't. In the playoffs, the way that, sort of is in line with his resume, his reputation. I'll put them as my sleeper if that's because if Kevin Durant pulls a Tom Brady second half of his career, pulls a Leo Messi for Argentina 3 years ago, pulls an Elway, whoever I'm forgetting, the Rockets can beat everybody because they are almost a top 5 defense, because they do have a world-class coach, because they are deep. And because if Kevin Durant in close games against the Thunder or the Spurs can go out there and be the best player on the floor for 7 minutes in a fourth quarter, they can win those series. I don't think that'll happen because I haven't seen it outside of when he played for the Warriors. But it's an interesting thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I'd be between them and the Lakers as that, like, fourth, like, kind of sleeper team. I think the Timberwolves, I think what I'm getting at is, as good as the Timberwolves are, I think I'd be the most shocked by them doing anything substantial.
Yeah. Feels like they missed their window, doesn't it? Which is crazy to say.
Which is crazy to say, yeah. Because Ant is still so young, and they can still do so much around him. But yeah, I think that's the team that I'd be the most shocked by.
So you've got Spurs Celtics, and I've got Thunder Celtics. Man, Spurs Celtics, I think would be great.
How fun would that be?
I actually would take the Spurs over.
I would too.
Over the Celtics. Okay, really quickly, and then we'll get to bum of the week. I want to play thought experiment. The Houston Rockets, okay? 7-game series in the second round of the Eastern Conference. I wave a magic wand there in the East. Okay? The Cleveland Cavaliers. Houston in 5, right?
I was gonna say 5, yeah.
The New York Knicks.
Houston in 7.
7
or 7. Yeah,
you're a Knicks fan. You're a Knicks fan. I'm a Dodgers fan. Cats making love to dogs. There's crazy things happening in the world. All right. Even though I'm going out of order here, Houston against the Pistons. I like the Pistons, even though the Cade Cunningham uncertainty. I'm absolutely taking the Rockets.
Rockets in 6.
Rockets, Celtics. Celtics in 6.
Celtics
5.
Celtics in 6.
So we've got Houston, who's an afterthought in the Western Conference, as basically a force in the Eastern Conference. That's how good.
That's how unbalanced it is.
Houston against Charlotte. Charlotte in 4. Just kidding. You sold me on Charlotte, though.
I love it. They're fun. They're interesting. They are fun. They are a team that I'm definitely going to have my eye on in a couple weeks here.
All right, Stewie, gear up.
Oh,
get ready for bum of the week. Okay. Because Tom really pushed you to be bum of the week last time. We're doing a fake break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to see if Stu can get me to make Tommy bum of the week.
You're listening to Righter Than You.
And you're mad at me. So if I did that to you, you'd be like, oh, the travesty. Oh, man, my marriage. I can't do anything right. Oh, I'm never going to my marriage again.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. All right. As long as we're on the same page, pal. That rejoin, by the way, here's a little backstory. Tom, I made a little joke about Tom something, and Tom lost his mind on me off the air and was like, yeah, my man, you always criticize. And that is me verbatim quoting him from like a week earlier.
Sounds about right. That tracks with him, honestly.
He's a great guy. I love Tom so much. He's so sensitive, dude. He's such a sensitive guy deep down.
A little sensitive.
You remember that was a rough beginning, Tommy and I. In the beginning,
Yeah.
Tom and I talk about it sometimes. All right.
When he gets out of the shell.
All he's doing is a whole lot of damn nothing.
I'm a bum.
They're a bunch of bums.
I'm a bum.
Who's the bum this week? Let's find out on Righter Than You.
What's doing, Stewie? We got to do a what's doing some point.
We do have to do one, yes.
I'm going to nominate Doc Rivers.
Okay.
For blaming, it's always somebody else's fault. We're never healthy, and ever since I've been here, stop whining. The Celtics didn't have Jason Tatum for most of the season. Stop whining. Stop making excuses. All right, Doc Rivers. I know it's serious, but I'm still going to nominate Tiger Woods. Dude. Don't drive.
Yeah.
Don't drive.
Shouldn't be that hard. You would think, especially when you have that kind of money too. Come on.
I'm gonna nominate Stu. Just boo. I don't think there's any reason to nominate Tom. If you can give me one.
I think it's a body of work in terms of like him with the microphone and him with the internet and him with talking during the break. I mean, this guy's a radio professional. Like think he'd be a little more buttoned up when it comes to doing the podcast.
I'll let you.
Yeah.
Oh, listener, founding member Kevin did not send in a Bum of the Week nominee this week.
Maybe next week. He'll get 2 next week.
I'm going to nominate Randy. We brought him up on the show yesterday, my former colleague, just retroactively for not knowing how to do schedules. Remember Randy?
Yeah, I do remember Randy.
Yeah.
I love it. It's retroactive, like 11 months ago, Randy.
For Randy. Who else am I?
I have a good one for you.
Talk to me.
This one came down on Thursday afternoon. How about the Long Island Ducks for signing Trevor Bauer?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, Bauer's been not in Major League Baseball. He got suspended, domestic violence, all of that. And the Long Island Ducks, who actually are pretty close to me, not too far of a drive from me, they're going to sign this. Yeah, they're going to sign this guy to, I guess, sell some tickets, if you will. So I think they're a good nomination for Bum of the Week here.
That guy was so good, dude.
He was.
He was
one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, he was historically great. And the thing is, for those of you that want to get into the weeds on this, the thing for me on this, where I don't know that I would call this cancel culture, for me, nobody wanted him around. His own teammates did not want him around. When they got the details of the allegation, and I think that's why he's not playing Major League Baseball, is because other guys don't want him around. And a clubhouse is 162 games. It's a long time you're with all these dudes.
Yeah.
Toxic personalities do not make it in Major League Baseball clubhouses. It just speaks to yeah. That is a great nomination. I'm just trying to think if I'm forgetting anybody. Before
Mark Cuban for being
Mark Cuban's a good one.
Baby Mark.
Mark, I'm trying to think of a play on words, but I can't come up with one. Dude, you're a billionaire. Get over it. I think how to nominate you too.
Trying to think. Yeah, it has been. I guess we're kind of lucky. It has been. Oh, I'll say this. This is more of like a general thing. For all the losers on Wednesday that were posting April Fools like fake news.
Oh yeah,
I hate it. It's not one specific person, but this is just like a broad like people who think it's so funny. April 1st. Let's make this thing up.
I like April Fool's Day, but not on Twitter, on internet.
It's the worst on Twitter.
Real in person.
Yeah, that's fun. This is just like this is stupid. This is dumb.
Yeah, this is. I'm not gonna make it Tom.
Oh, do we want to make it John Shire for or maybe Duke as a team for that terrible sequence against UConn where they turned the ball over
advance
and
the ball or call a timeout?
I know.
But by the way, like he needs to call a timeout, but also just advance the ball.
That's all they had to do.
You know what? That is a dark horse that came from nowhere. I think it's John. You know what? Stu, you're the best.
All right.
I can't spell this guy's name, but I'm going to put it there. For destroying your team's chances, for again having the best player in college basketball and getting nothing out of it, for not knowing how to take your right hand and your left hand at a different angle and put it together in a timeout formation, for not teaching your guys how to advance the ball, for making Dan Hurley look like a hero. John Shire, you're the bum of the week, bro.
That's your bum of the week on Righter Than You.
I do love that imaging from our guy Dougie.
So
I
good.
love that
miss
imaging.
Doug was great at that, at making those opens and closes and everything. So good.
He was the best, dude. We had so much fun, man, at that network when it was a thing.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a lot of good people.
I went on Bart Winkler's show, right? Had a very nice
Recently,
time.
right? The alien talk, right?
I never saw him. Did he ever put it out? Is it out there?
I thought I saw the alien thing on Twitter somewhere.
What's the alien thing? Oh, he didn't tag me in any of it. I couldn't promote it. I would have. Isn't that weird?
It's a little weird.
It's fine.
I can't go. He tweets a lot, so I don't know if I can go back through his Twitter to find. Because that was a while ago. That's a couple weeks ago now, right?
Yeah,
maybe a month ago. Even.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and I did rank him pretty low in my all-time Infinity. Why are you so uncomfortable? We don't even work.
I'm
there
not
anymore.
uncomfortable.
You look a little.
I'm fine. I'm cool as a cucumber, Bill. I'm great. This is awesome.
You
ranked very low. I know.
Yeah, I think
we had a lot of good hosts though. I don't know if that's like it's like ranking Kevin Durant as the 15th best player. Well, maybe not that, but it's somewhere in that regard of ranking Kevin Durant 15th. It's not saying Kevin Durant.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the rankings real quick.
December.
I have too many rankings.
Mid to late December.
Yeah, there's my running TV list. That's not it. Oh, here we go. Final. No, that's not. Man, this is great. This is great.
I heard Tom approved these rankings, so these are actually really Tom's rankings.
Oh my god, dude! Ryan was.
Oh right, it was Hickey. It wasn't even Tom. It was Hickey. That's right.
Oh, I'll just search Bart's name. How many Bart Winkler things are in my? Oh, that's right. Because I put it like on a different. Here it is. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Taz and the Moose for last. I mean, look how wrong. There's 7. How wrong is it? I feel like I crushed it. Rome 1, Tiki 2, Scotty Farrell 3, McAfee 4, Amy Lawrence 5. Full disclosure, I did that just to piss off some people on the list. I like Amy. I don't even know Amy, but other people, there's personalities out there. 6 Eisen, 7 was Marash, 7 was Gio, 8 was Gio Jones, 9 was DA. He almost surpassed Sean. 10 was JR Sports Brief, 11 was Maggie and Perloff, 12 was Zach Gelb. I put myself 13. Pat Boyle was 14. Brandon Tierney, BT was 15. Bart was 16. Taz and Moose was 17. It's pretty accurate.
That was I don't hate any of it. I think it was pretty well done, if you ask me.
You think I need to be 13? I'm just kidding. I'm just. Did people care? Did anyone even talk about? I don't. Were people pissed off? I'm sure Zach was.
I think it was because it was so close to the end that everyone was just doing their own thing, and
everyone was sad.
When
should make people happy by ranking them.
Yeah,
against their colleagues.
That's right. Pinning them head to head.
I should have nominated myself for wearing this Dodgers jersey. It's so comfortable, dude. It looks cool.
Is it? Oh, was it too tight or it's just a material?
No, it's comfy, man. It's not tight at all. It's
you said I thought you said uncomfortable. I'm like,
no, it's very comfortable.
Dodgers.
Great show, Stu. A little awkward ending. It's on me. It's okay. All right. I'm going to mute Stu. It's the best part of this thing. See you later. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.